Welcome to Dreamscape Divided. I am Phil Frost, and I am a real person. But you know who's not a real person? Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. If you go to Bing, which no one does, they try to get you to use their weird AI search thingy. Google is beta testing a new AI search tool. And if you use Snapchat for some weird reason in 2023, a robot dude will just be there claiming to be your friend. Please, go away, robot friend. Oh man, so I thought, since they're already taking over the world, why not ask them about something pointless and stupid? Like, hey, can you please rank every Lego video game ever made? And it did. I created this AI myself, kind of, using an AI tool called Character.ai, which I find to be one of the more impressive AI tools for creating your own characters, but don't too many people use it, because then it probably will stop being free, and then I won't get to use it anymore and I'll be sad. But anyway, I asked Dr. Lego to rank every Lego video game. We're going to go through his responses now. I'm going to tell you how his thoughts on these video games compared to my own thoughts and the general thoughts of the Lego video game playing community. Let us begin. Let's start with number 25. With a score of 80 out of 100, which is still pretty high, we have Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. The AI said, "This game had the best character roster in the Lego Batman series, along with an open world that is even bigger than the first two games, but the characters' facial expressions are a bit funny, and the game is a bit glitchier than the previous two, so the first two games are still a bit better overall." And you know what? While I don't agree that Lego Batman 3 is the worst Lego video game of all of them, I am glad that if he was gonna pick a Batman title, that it's that one, because I think most Lego fans can agree that between Lego Batman 1, 2, and 3 is definitely the most disappointing. The AI mentioned that the open world is even bigger than the first two games, but what he forgot to mention is the fact that the open world is infuriating to navigate. It's... Why did they make them all round things? I know it's thematic, but man, they're just not good. One of the weird comments he made is that the characters' facial expressions are a bit funny. I don't think they're particularly weird in this game. Seems pretty par for the course for Lego games, but he's gonna bring that up about multiple of these games, so I guess the AI just doesn't like how Lego characters look. Coming in at number 24 with a score of 85, it is Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. The AI said, "The addition of more characters, an open world, new abilities, and a brand new level structure all make for an amazing time. But the vehicles aren't the greatest, and the camera controls could have been polished a bit more. But these are minor nitpicks for a game like this." Now, I expected this to come in low. I think a lot of Lego fans would list Indiana Jones 2 as one of the worst ones. But here's where I'm going to bring in my hot take. I think Lego Indiana Jones 2 is a banger. Mainly because of the ability to make your own levels in this game. That's something that this game and Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 did, and then they just scrapped it, and I think that's a shame. Could you imagine a modern Lego game that allows you to make your own levels? That would be so good. And Lego Indiana Jones 2 had the best level creator of any Lego game, in my personal opinion. So I think it should be higher, but I can see why the AI put it so low. Coming in at number 23, it is the Lego Movie 2 video game with a score of 87. Once again, I think this is a pretty solid pick. The AI said this game was a fun sequel to the Lego Movie video game with lots of new characters and some fun new gameplay mechanics. However, the game is much shorter than the first Lego Movie video game, and there are less levels, keeping it from being as good as its prequel. While it definitely is an excellent game in its own right, it doesn't reach the same heights as the first game. One of my favorite comments that it made about this game is the fact that it said there are less levels, when in reality, there are just none. There are no levels in this game. By less, he meant there were some before, and now there are zero. I would have to agree that this is one of the worst LEGO video games of all time. LEGO Movie 2 video game felt like such a departure from the LEGO game formula, and while I'm not against them branching out from that formula because they've done so many of that formula, like, we need something new, I don't think this was the right direction. It feels soulless, lifeless. It definitely feels like a rush job, and it probably was. At number 22, with a score of 90, that's right, we're already into the 90s and we're this low, it's LEGO Indiana Jones 1, The Original Adventures. The AI said this was an amazing game with an all-new level structure. I don't know about that. And some of the best puzzles in any LEGO game. The vehicle controls were a bit wonky, and the camera wasn't the best at times, but the amazing characters and environments make this game an absolutely wonderful experience. I think this game comes in at a strangely low rating. Like, LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, unlike its sequel, is pretty beloved amongst the LEGO community. This is going to make no one ever listen to me again, but I actually prefer LEGO Indiana Jones 2 to Indiana Jones 1. I know, blasphemy, but I know the vast majority of people much prefer this one, and I do think it's a great game. This game has such a unique atmosphere compared to other LEGO games. Going through these temples and jungles, it really does feel like an adventure game. It's not just another sci-fi thing like Star Wars or some of the later Batman games. You feel like an adventurer looking for treasure. It's good. Coming in at number 21 with a score of 90 again is the LEGO Movie video game. The AI said this game was a phenomenal adaptation of the beautiful and hilarious LEGO Movie, with its great dialogue and voice acting. The fun, fast-paced gameplay really gives this one an authentic feel. The visuals are beautiful and the missions are fun, but this game is incredibly short and it is a little bit too linear, keeping it from reaching its maximum potential. The AI says some strange things here. The visuals are beautiful. I don't know. I think this game looks a little strange. It's the TT Fusion game, as compared to just a normal TT game. And as a result, it feels a lot more plastic. I guess the AI likes that. And also, I'm confused by it saying the gameplay is a bit too linear. Aren't almost all LEGO games linear? With the exception of Star Wars, the Complete Saga, the Skywalker Saga, where you can pick which movie you start with to an extent. I don't know. I think the AI is getting a little confused, but I would agree that the LEGO Movie video game is on the lower end of the spectrum. It's not great, but it's definitely better than some of the other ones he's mentioned, like LEGO Movie 2. Coming in at number 20, we have LEGO The Incredibles with a score of 91. This game is a wonderful adaptation of the two Incredibles movies, with a gorgeous hub world full of secrets, Easter eggs, and side quests to complete. But unlike other games, it is a bit smaller and shorter, which keeps it from reaching its maximum potential. But it is still a truly fantastic game that is worth the time investment. I'm glad that it mentioned first and foremost the hub world with its secrets and Easter eggs and quests, because that's definitely what I associate most with this game. Finding the Pixar characters in the hub world, doing those weird quests where you just walk into a part of the city and then it goes, oh, actually this mime is about to bomb everyone. Go do something about that. That was the most fun part. I barely remember the actual levels, aside from that opening one with the Underminer. And also, I feel like everyone mentions this, but I wish the AI would have said something about it being weird that they started with Incredibles 2. Why did they do that? Why did they do that, man? Coming in at 19, we have LEGO The Lord of the Rings with a score of 93. The AI said that this was a fantastic adaptation of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, with great gameplay and the ability to replay iconic scenes from the films with their accurate dialogue and characters. The only thing that I can really think of that I don't like is the lack of battle sequences. This may be upsetting for some, but the rest of the game more than makes up for it. It's just a slight nitpick for an otherwise nearly perfect LEGO game. Okay, the AI's kind of tripping again, I think. What, the lack of battle sequences? What are you talking about? The game opens with a level where tons of dudes are fighting in like a big old war. What? Did he forget? I don't... A lot of the comments that the AI makes across this entire thing, I think they do reflect reality. But this one, they missed the mark. I also think that most LEGO fans, including myself, even though I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy, would put this game higher up. It is impressive. The open world is very good for LEGO game standards. Coming in at number 18, we have LEGO Jurassic World with a score of 94. The AI said this is an amazing adaptation of the Jurassic Park movies. He says that a lot. With a huge roster of playable characters, a beautiful hub world, and tons of activities and missions to complete. The game really makes you feel like you are in the world of Jurassic Park, as you explore and build your own dinosaur kingdom. But as fantastic as the game is, it is a slightly smaller game than others, like LEGO Batman 3 and LEGO Marvel. I do like that the AI specifically mentioned that the game makes you feel like you are in the world of Jurassic Park, and never mentioned specifically Jurassic World. I really love the Jurassic Park aspects of this game, and the Jurassic World part really doesn't do anything for me, and I think the AI is on my side. Maybe it just wasn't specifying because it felt that wasn't necessary, but I like to believe that, like me, it only likes the part of this game that is about Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. And once Chris Pratt shows up, the AI just checks out. Coming in at number 17, with a score of 95, it's LEGO The Hobbit. That's right, the AI put The Hobbit higher than Lord of the Rings, which I feel like most people wouldn't do. Here's his explanation. This is a great adaptation of the source material. Go figure. With amazing scenery, a huge open world, incredible characters, and awesome level design. This game definitely doesn't have the same level of polish as some of the other Lord of the Rings games, but the charm, level design, and fun definitely make up for it. It's quite difficult to explain, but this game doesn't have the same quality as other games, like LEGO Lord of the Rings, or even LEGO Indiana Jones 2. I feel like TT Games didn't have as long of a production cycle for this game, and didn't polish it all the way, making it feel like a slightly rushed product. Considering he put this up higher than Lord of the Rings and a bunch of other games, I'm surprised how negative this one was. Like, this is the most negative one we've seen so far. It's like, yeah, this game's great, but it's not that great. It's kind of clunky, kind of rushed. I don't know about this one. Also, they keep saying that it's a great adaptation of the source material no matter what it is. This one, no. I mean, it's a great adaptation of the first two movies, but the third Hobbit movie isn't there. I feel like that deserves a mention. Coming in at number 16, we have LEGO Batman, the video game, with a score of 95. The AI said, "This was my very first LEGO game. The level design as well as the characters and vehicles are excellent. However, the missions are a bit too easy. But overall, an excellent game and an amazing experience that every LEGO fan should play." I like that the AI is just kind of flexing on us here. He's like, this game is great. I don't have any complaints about this, but it is a little bit too easy for my superior robot intellect. Also, he was just kind of vague overall. This is one of the shortest responses he gave for any LEGO game. Aside from mentioning that the level design, characters, and vehicles are good, we don't really know why he likes it. It might just be nostalgia. He said it's his first LEGO game. Okay. My first LEGO game was LEGO Star Wars 1. About the prequels or something. What was the name of that game? Was it just LEGO Star Wars? I don't know. Never mind. Okay. Coming in at number 15, we have LEGO Harry Potter years 1 through 4, with a score of, yet again, 95. This game was a beautiful adaptation of the Harry Potter films, with amazing puzzles and fun levels that follow the film to a T. It is full of exploration and fun puzzle solving, and a great way to revisit the films. At times, the camera could feel a bit clunky and awkward, moving a bit weird, and getting stuck behind walls. It definitely isn't the worst for a LEGO game, and it doesn't affect the experience by a lot, but it is something that stops the game from being near perfection. Once again, strangely critical for putting it this high on the list. I mean, it only seems to not like the camera controls, but it really hangs on that. I don't remember the camera controls for this game being that bad, especially compared to other LEGO games. Like, what was the problem? I don't think my camera ever got stuck in a wall. I think you were just playing the game wrong, AI. I don't know what you were trying to do. I think you broke it. Coming in at number 14, we have LEGO Marvel Avengers, also with 95. This AI ranked so many games 95. He said this game was a beautiful sequel to LEGO Marvel Superheroes with an even larger roster, a brand new hub world, kind of, fantastic level designs, and an even better story than the first game. The only problem I have with the game is that it's a bit too easy at times, but other than that, it's a fantastic experience. We get it, man! You're smart! You're an AI! Stop! You don't need to say that. All the LEGO games are designed for kids. It's not that big of a flex. I think it's kind of weird that the AI mentions that this game has a better story than the first one, because this game just takes the story from the movies, whereas the first one had an original story. This one is just the first two Avengers movies, I think. So that's not really a compliment to the game. It's more of a compliment to like, hey, those Marvel movies were pretty good, right? Sure. And then, keeping with the LEGO Marvel theme, at number 13, we have LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, with a score of, you guessed it, 95. This game followed the same formula as the previous LEGO Marvel game, with lots of characters and an amazing story. This game also had a ton of content, and a really fun hub world to explore. This is definitely a great sequel to one of my favorite LEGO games of all time. The AI is really starting to sound like a broken record at this point. It's like, what do you like about any LEGO game? Oh, I like the hub world, the characters, and the story. Okay. I wish it would have said more. I don't really have much to comment here. I don't think that LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 is better than either of the previous Marvel games, personally. That's just me. I think that the story is not as good and the levels are not as fun to play through. Some of them drag on way too long and feel like they're just throwing in so much stuff at once for no reason. But yeah, I mean, this isn't one of the worst LEGO games. I'm a bit surprised to see it up this high, but I get it. It's good. LEGO Marvel, you can't go too wrong with that. Coming in at number 12, we have LEGO Dimensions with 95. This might be the greatest LEGO game of all time, the AI said, despite putting it at number 12. A wonderful crossover of all the greatest series and characters. Each character has their own levels, and the hub worlds are massive. It is like LEGO Batman 2, but even better, with thousands of collectibles. An absolutely stunning experience that should not be missed. I feel a bit sad to see this only at number 12. I feel like LEGO Dimensions has such a legacy behind it, it deserves to crack the top 10. And I do like that it mentioned the fact that this game has thousands of collectibles. That is, like, if you have all the content for LEGO Dimensions, you can play this game for so long. You don't need any other LEGO game. Just play this. But one thing it did fail to mention that is important is that, unlike other LEGO games, with this one, if you don't buy the physical products, you don't get to do too much. You can do some stuff, but you don't get to do too much. This game, to me, is one of my absolute favorite LEGO games. In fact, I like it so much and want to play it again so much that I have tried to fix my broken Xbox 360 multiple times using increasingly bizarre methods, and it just doesn't work. I really want to play this game again. I'm going to have to buy a brand new Xbox 360 just to do it one day. I have to experience it again. It was so good. Anyway, coming in at number 11, just missing out on the top 10, we have Lego City Undercover with a score of 95. The AI said the huge open world, incredible story, and variety of characters is absolutely stunning. Of course. It is like Grand Theft Auto, but Lego. And the fact that it has over 400 characters alone is absolutely wonderful. Also, the fact that it has online co-op is a nice bonus. The mention of the online co-op is cool. I think that's true. I wouldn't know, because I always play local co-op. Also, I'm glad that it mentioned that it's like Grand Theft Auto but Lego, because that's what everyone says. And it is true. I would probably put Lego City Undercover personally in my top 5, if not top 3 or 2. It's very good. They really hit the nail on the head with that one. I think the humor in that game and the open world, the way it was designed, is so fun to explore. Much more so than other Lego games, and there's not that many loading screens when you're going places. It's just 2 thumbs up from me. 2 number 1s from the AI. At number 10, we have Lego Batman 2, DC Superheroes, with a score of 95. This is the last 95. We're finally done. An amazing improvement from the first game. New playable characters, an even larger map, the addition of races and puzzles, and an epic new story. While the graphics aren't the best, especially compared to more modern games, and the characters' facial expressions look a little funny, this is still another must-play. Why does he only mention the characters' faces being funny for Lego Batman stuff? Do the Lego Batman characters have especially weird faces? I don't think so. I think the AI is just tripping again. Also, it is funny for him to, now that we're all the way to number 10, mention how the graphics of Lego games aren't as great as more modern games. I think that goes without saying. It's a Lego game. What do you expect? Why did he only bring that up for this one? Anyway, this is one of my 2 favorite Batman games. I'm not sure if I prefer this or the original, but I'm glad to see that he put it up in the top 10. It's a good one. At number 9, we have a real hot take. I didn't expect this. With a score of 96, the Lego Ninjago movie video game. What? Maybe he just likes Ninjago. The AI said, this game was a wonderful adaptation of the Lego Ninjago movie, with a truly beautiful world, an extremely fun combat system, and a lot of characters to use. The combat has such a great feeling of impact. Hitting enemies has a super satisfying feel. With more characters having swords, the combat is much more fast-paced, allowing for lots of epic battle scenes, something which is missing from the older, puzzle-filled Lego games. It seems to really focus on the combat in its explanation, and that makes sense because it seems like that's what the developers did. They were like, hey, let's make a combat system. And then that was the majority of the game. Well, I guess that was about 60% of the game, and the other 40% was loading screens. That's my memory of this game, is yes, it was fun. I actually really like the levels of this game compared to most Lego games, but the loading screens, at least for me, were atrocious. And I was playing it on a modern console, a modern gen console at the time. I really do wish that this game had less bad loading screens because I would play it again. I thought it was one of the better Lego games aside from that. But the loading screens were so bad that they keep me from going back. At number 8, we have the hottest hot take yet. You thought the Lego Ninjago movie was crazy? Wait till the AI hits you with this one. At number 8, with a score of 97, near perfection, we have LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens? What? The AI says, and he better explain himself, this is a wonderful adaptation of the film it is based on. With amazing graphics, a really fun new combat system, and tons of levels, characters, ships, and vehicles to use. The game's story and fantastic level design especially make this an amazing game. The game could have been longer, and the open world is a bit smaller than others, keeping this from being a perfect 100. Overall, though, the pros definitely outweigh any cons. No, they don't! No, they don't! AI, you're entitled to your opinion? Except for this one. You're wrong. Force Awakens is not a top 10 LEGO game. You get your stinky words out of my video. No. What? The game could have been longer? What do you mean? They stretched out that movie as far as they possibly could. They had that infamous level about trying to open their own front door. It was so much filler. Don't make the game longer. Also, this game is funny because its best level is the level that's not based on The Force Awakens, despite it being called LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. Oh man, I cannot forgive the AI for this injustice. Also coming in at a score of 97, and number 7 overall, it is LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. The AI said this game is a fantastic adaptation of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, with a beautiful hub world, lots of awesome puzzle-solving mechanics, and fun ship battles. The characters are extremely expressive, and the world is a real treat to explore. The game truly feels like you are living out a pirate's life. It will keep you entertained for hours, and will be extremely fun if you are a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I mean, yeah, this is a great LEGO game. I was trying to think of something to say, but yeah, I don't know, it's just good. It's a good one. Good job, AI. This one, unlike The Force Awakens, I do agree with you. It's solid. My favorite level from that game by far is the one where you hang out in Singapore. I think it's just called Singapore. That level's a banger. You get so many fun characters to play as. I'm starting to sound like the AI. I'm talking about the characters and the level design. Someone help, I'm turning into a robot. At number 6, with a score of 97, it is LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. The AI said this is one of the absolute best LEGO games of all time. Great level design, fantastic characters, and a wonderful level system make this an absolute masterpiece and an essential game. And that's all it said. It did not want to get specific with this one. I feel like LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga deserved more praise. Being one of the first great LEGO games, he should have wrote MLA format, 3-page, 1,000-word essay about the glory and majesty of this game. I mean, negotiations alone, it's God tier. Someone I don't know what I was about to say. I just thought of the quote from, what was it, Infinity War, where Black Panther says, "Someone get this man a shield." I don't know why I thought of that. I'm losing my mind. The AI. We got to get through this. Let's go to the top 5. At number 5, with a score of 98, it is LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 through 7. Also a bit of a hot take, but one that I agree with. This is the perfect sequel to its predecessor. It has an even better character roster, more exciting missions, and even better exploration opportunities, all building upon the foundation that LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 had built. It is an absolutely phenomenal game on its own, and an incredible sequel that absolutely blows the original out of the water. Like I said, I actually agree with this take. Not only do I think it's better than Harry Potter Years 1 through 4, which most people disagree with, I believe, but I also think this is a top 5 Lego game. I remember I played this game again for the second time just a couple of years ago, and I was very impressed with the cinematography of this game, which is a weird thing to say about a Lego game. I don't feel like Lego games are known for being particularly cinematic, but this really captured the dramatic camera work of the Harry Potter films, specifically the last 4. I really like this one. I love the atmosphere of the world you can explore. Harry Potter years 5 through 7, I almost said years 5 through 4. That wouldn't make any sense. It's an underrated gem. At number 4, we have, with a score of 98, we have Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. The AI said this was an impressive upgrade from Lego Star Wars 2. The addition of ground and space battles, new gameplay mechanics, and incredible characters and vehicles make this a fantastic experience. And another must-play Lego game for any Lego fan. I know a lot of people say Lego Star Wars 3 is one of the greatest Lego games there is. And it is good. There's always something about it that has rubbed me the wrong way. I really liked it when I first got it, but I haven't had an urge to go back. But I'm not going to disagree with the AI here, because I know so many people say this game is one of the best, and it is super solid. I do like the ground battles. I know some people get annoyed with them. They think there's too many of them, or they're too repetitive. But I thought it was just, it was a nice departure from the tried and true, repeated over and over Lego formula. Okay, we're into the top 3. Get excited. What's going to be AI's favorite game of all time? At number 3, with a score of 100, perfection, it is Lego DC Supervillains. The AI says this game is everything I have ever dreamed of, with a massive roster of characters, huge open worlds, and an absolutely epic story. It has lots of secrets, hidden extras, and is a must-play game. In my opinion. I don't agree with this one. I don't like Lego DC Supervillains that much. The character creator is God tier. Oh my goodness. So good. But I don't find the levels to be that great. I love Mark Hamill as the Joker. I love many of the other voice actors in this game. But I didn't find it to be that fun, I'm sorry to say. I know a lot of people love this, so the AI is probably doing justice to the average person. But as for me, you're not so average person with bad opinions. I wouldn't put it up this high, but sure, I respect you, AI. At number 2, also with a score of 100, because that's as high as you can go, is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. A stunning, beautiful game with a massive story, amazing open world, and tons of characters and vehicles. This is an absolute masterpiece of a Lego game, and I have no negative feelings towards it whatsoever. And yet somehow, I still put it only at number 2. I love that. The AI can't think of a single thing that's bad about this game, despite the fact that it is pretty dang glitchy, and the DLC is just a bunch of characters that don't add much at all. But the AI thinks it's perfect, and yet it gets number 2. So number 1 must be beyond perfect. What could it be? Do you know already? Have you been keeping up with which Lego games have not been mentioned? There's only one left. If you're only considering the ones released on consoles, and it's not Lego Worlds, because that one's not on the list. What is it? Drum roll, please. I bet that sounded horrible. Okay, number 1, with a score of 100, it is Lego Marvel Superheroes. This game was absolutely phenomenal, with a great story, top-notch gameplay, hundreds of characters, and a massive, beautiful open world. This is by far my favorite Lego game as a robot overlord, and it is an absolute must-play for any fan of Lego or comic books in general. Wah! I added the wah. Yeah, this dude loves this game. Lego Marvel superheroes. Let's go. I think almost every Lego fan on Earth can agree that this is one of the best Lego games there is. It was a game changer. It's my favorite Lego Marvel game by far. Lego Marvel Avengers, that's fine. But this one was just perfect. You had all the main boys, all your main men and women showing up, hanging out together, fighting a big pink man. It was nice. It was a nice experience. This is one of the few Lego games with an original story that I'm like, yeah, that story was good. I did like that one. AI, you did a decent job. You had a few hot takes and you seem to be losing your mind a bit, as was I. But you brought it home. Good job. I am Phil Frost. This has been my experience with a Lego video game loving AI, and it's time for me to go. Peace!